Sorry about that. Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Miami. We have another episode. We're already more than halfway through the new season of Miami, and they're still in the Hamptons. This episode is called Hamptons Hangover. And despite having a clear hangover, or worse, alcohol poisoning, Julia wants us to believe it was something health related. Yeah, girl, you drank too much. Guys, before we get into the recap, as always, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share this live video on your Twitter, on your Instagram with your cousin. It's Friday. Hope you guys had a fantastic week. We have a busy day. I just posted a video about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian blasting him on social media for him trying to throw her under the bus for North being on TikTok. Hey, TikTok, thank you guys so much for the gifts. Thank you for tapping your screens. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Miami. Guys, if you missed anything this week, we had a lot of reality TV stars in the news, including one 90 Day Fiancé star going to jail for 18 years. Okay? If you missed that video, be sure to check that out. And don't forget, tonight, we have an exclusive interview that will be premiering. Yes, hold on. Let me bring up my photos. What's going on with my photos here? Oh, here we go. Let me bring that up for you guys so you can see what we're talking about. Tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, of course, we're going to have this exclusive interview with Crystal Kimbrough from Ladies Who List Atlanta. We had a really interesting conversation. Stay tuned for that tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. PST. There we go. And of course, we will do our weekly recap of And Just Like That. It's the finale. It's the finale. I have yet to watch it, so no spoilers. It's been a busy last couple of days. I literally just had to rewatch The Real Housewives of Miami last night's episode. And I have to say, again, like last week's episode, they're in the Hamptons, and I usually love the Housewives getaways. I didn't love this getaway. And before we knew it, the episode was over, and I was just like, what am I going to talk about tomorrow? But there is stuff to talk about. Dr. Nicole running into action as a doctor. I almost forgot we had a doctor on the set. A lot of you are wondering, doesn't Bravo have medics on set? I don't know. I'm assuming that they would, and maybe just for drama, they just kind of kept the medic on the side. Or they were like, no, we have a doctor. However, the doctor didn't know, and maybe it varies from ambulance to ambulance. Look, ambulance. Do they not always carry IV with them? That's a question, because apparently the doctor didn't know. In all fairness, she's not an EMT, so maybe she wouldn't know, and maybe in Miami it's a little different. But apparently Dr. Adriana knew. So at the top of this episode, they flash back to the night before. The night before, the ladies were drinking and having a good time. And, Julia was having the best time. Julia was like, I'm Russian. I can drink a lot. And, all we do is put a little olive oil right before and we're good to go. And she was mixing pickles with it. First of all, I don't like pickles in general. But I already know mixing pickles with anything else, especially alcohol, is a bad combination. And she was feeling it from both ends. Feeling it from both ends. Hey, Radia? I apologize if I mispronounce. I love it when you guys are here for your very first live. Shout out to the replay crew, though. I don't want the replay crew not to think that we are thinking of them. So shout out to the replay crew. Let us know that you're a part of the replay crew in the comment section. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I always love knowing that you guys are where you guys are watching from. So be sure to let me know as well. Those that are in the live chat and those that are watching the replay, let me know where you're watching from. I love the fact that the internet connects us from around the world. Love it, love it, love it. Data. Data always has to make it something else. He's like, yes, Virgin Lives. I'm nuts. Russ says pickle juice and whiskey is good. Just that. Really? Was that what they were mixing? Whiskey? Excuse me, y'all. Let me take a sip of my Kashaba shake. What's going on, Alabama? Miami. You're in the perfect place because we're talking about Miami. How do we feel about Miami being back? As you know, Miami was on a long pause, even though back in the day when they canceled that's not what they called it. They pretty much canceled it. But now we have the reboot on Peacock. We have the reboot on Peacock. California. I know you're probably having lovely weather. Unlike us, Nora, we have a cold, wet, rainy day. And of course, this would be the day when I had to go out in it and run errands. Ooh, it snowed in Texas? What in the Armageddon is going on? What's going on, Miami? I love it. You know, I haven't been to Miami in a few years. I need to get back down there just so I can see a beach, see some friends, and then come back because I don't know about Florida. All right. Arkansas is in the house. What's going on, Arkansas? I just saw a news article about a student that was walking on Lake Michigan because it had frozen over. But however, it wasn't safe to walk on Lake Michigan. And the person didn't realize that they were walking on Lake Michigan because they're not from the area. They're not even from the United States. I think because I've been near Lake Michigan, which is a beautiful lake. Beautiful. I can imagine, I can see how that person probably didn't realize that they were walking on the lake because I was on the beach and I was like, oh, beautiful. So I can imagine if that's all covered in snow, how easily you can walk 1,000 feet into Lake Michigan. I fully digressed. The random thoughts. These are the news stories that I don't bring to you all the time, but I read them. A mess. But I'm thinking of the snow because I live in New York, but I'm also thinking of Miami because they're in New York during the summer, though. They're in the Hamptons. The Hamptons is really a summer spot. People are out there right now, but that's really a summer spot. So they're spending the summer in the Hamptons, but I have to say, this Hamptons trip was not great for me. I have to say, the ladies at Larsa's jewelry event, Larsa Marie, they all looked fantastic. They all looked fantastic. But that was like the best part for me, that they just looked good. But anyways, I've digressed. Let me get back to the top of this. So Julia is throwing up. And of course, her girlfriend, now fiance, I'm being facetious for those that don't even watch Miami. I'm being facetious. You know, last week, Julia got on one knee and proposed friendship, the new version of the friendship contract, to Adriana. Okay. I forgot to finish the story. Yes, the guy that was on Lake Michigan had no idea that he was on Lake Michigan. Someone saw him and called 911. 911 got them out of there, and the person's okay. But they had no idea that they were 1,000 feet into Lake Michigan. Broken ice. It wasn't completely solid, but apparently the spot where the person was walking on was solid. There's actual video footage. I think I saw it on the Neighborhood Talk on Instagram. So just in case you guys want to go see it. WR, thank you so much for the super chat. I lived Miami for 10 years. Marysol, who owns a PR company, was the publicist for one of the restaurants I work. Got some tea, but at work now can't call it. How dare you? But thank you for the super chat. Text me at the texting community. Hold on. I want to know. Because this episode, I have to say, I love Marysol, but I don't love how she's coming for Dr. Nicole. I want to know. Well, first of all, WR, I want to know what you know. But I want to know why she's so like gung-ho on Nicole. Is she mad at Nicole for getting the position that she wanted on the show as a full-time housewife? I had that thought when I was watching it. I had that thought. Maybe that's why she's really upset at Nicole. Dr. Nicole. I like to really, when we have doctors on these shows, I really like to call them doctors. Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole was summoned to help Julia. And she sprung into action. And you shady other doctors, I know she's an anesthesiologist. Doctors are so shady to each other, depending on what kind of doctor you are. I'm not being shady. You earned that degree. You earned that DR period in front of your name. I appreciate all of you. Chiropractors, dentists, and anesthesiologists. You know, people like to shade them, like doctors like to shade each other. Just saying. But she's still trained the same way these other doctors are trained. She sprung into action. She knew what she needed to do. She's like, she needs an IV. I mean, look, I love Nicole, but I was just like, okay, Nicole, should we call 911? Apparently, Nicole didn't feel like it was necessary for us to call 911. She's like, she needs to get hydrated. And you can do that in a variety of ways. An IV, you can do that with coconut water. Bro, West Indian. Just saying. Pedialyte, I don't know. But Julia was drunk. A lot of you think it was alcohol poisoning. I don't drink, so I don't know what that looks like. If that's what it looks like, okay. Just saying. Mocha, I'm just telling you what people say about other professions within the medical field. I'm just relaying what people are thinking. I respect her DR period, okay? Mocha says an anesthesiologist makes a lot of money. I believe it, okay? It's Me says anesthesiologists make more money than a lot of doctors, so I'm sure she laughs all the way to the bank. I'm sure she does. But that still does not stop other doctors from shading them. And maybe it's because of jealousy. Again, why Marysol might be jealous of Dr. Nicole. Aradia says, I love Nicole. She's probably one of my favorite housewives. I don't know if she's my favorite, but I like her. I like her as an addition to the show. Do I believe that she was talking about the ladies? Yes. But I'm okay with that. We talk about people for a living. Anyways. Okay. Let me open up my notes and pay attention, you know. Kiki, first of all, the opening scene is just Kiki running from room to room. Kids, Kiki's up. Kiki's probably the youngest of all of them, right? If not, she's probably no, I think she's even younger than Dr. Nicole. Kiki's running from room to room. Everybody's still asleep. Kiki is like ready to go. And I think Kiki was drinking the night before too. But again, Kiki's younger, so she can spring right back. This is not age shaming, just saying. Let me take another sip. I just love how Kiki's not even an official friend of, but she's in every single episode. But I did notice that Kiki not have a mic pack because I didn't notice one on her. And then I was like, oh, maybe that's why we don't really hear her so clearly. Anyways, Larsa. So this is Larsa's day. This is the day of the event. This is the reason why they came to the Hamptons. She's launched her jewelry line. She's invited all of these influencers. No shade to the influencers. I don't know who these people are, but I'm not in the jewelry world. Maybe if you are in the jewelry world, you knew who all those people were. I had no idea. Sidebar. Larsa, I noticed you didn't have any people of color as influencers there. Maybe I missed it. Did I miss it? Was I wrong? I'm willing to be wrong. Did y'all see anybody? I could be wrong. I don't remember. I didn't see one. I'm just saying you have kids of color. Thank you so much, Natalie. Hope you're well. Happy, hey, Kempire. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you too. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday, y'all. What do you guys have planned for the weekend? Okay, I'm not wrong. Thank you, Paulette. Oh, damn. I literally just had that thought, y'all. I was like, wait a second. I'm looking at all the influence. I was like, wait a second. And this is why I always kind of give Larsa the side eye. And here's another reason why I'm giving Larsa the side eye. The day of her event, Julia's very sick. And Larsa's more concerned about her ruining her event. That's what Larsa is concerned about. I mean, I can't blame her. That's the whole reason why they came there. This is the launch of her business. But your friend is sick. Like, she could be like really sick. For all we know, she could have had COVID. And that's why Dr. Nicole put a mask on. Marysol was like, why do you have a mask on? Because Julia's sick and we have no idea what it is. We can assume it's alcohol poisoning, but it could be something else. Mm. Let me see, you guys. Oh, yeah, bridal. Congratulations. Bridal shower this weekend. Okay. For a second there, I was like, why? Oh, I asked you guys what you guys are doing this weekend. I was like, why? Okay. Elephant brain. Did y'all see that Larsa got the cover of Harper's Bazaar Vietnam, not US? Here's the thing. We wouldn't have noticed that if it wasn't for the shady producers. They literally, she's like, I'm in Harper Bazaar, bitches. And then they show the cover and then they show they flip it to the side so you can see it says Vietnam. Look, it's still the cover of a major magazine. And Vietnam is actually probably one of their top ones too, as well. I mean, it's not the US one, but come on now, that's still a huge feed. They still have people like Rihanna on the cover of Harper's Bazaar Vietnam. But the way they did it, who did she piss off in editing? Who was she mean to in editing? Larsa was also a guest on Watch What Happens Live this week, and she wore this beautiful, and it's not even a jumpsuit. It was some sort of a Mugler, may he rest in peace, ensemble. But the way it hugged her body, it was amazing. I was like, you look great. You know, I'm a straight shooter. When I don't like you, I'll give you a compliment. And I like Larsa. It's not that I don't like Larsa. I don't really love her this season. Like, she's had moments that have made me laugh, but I feel like she's too self-aware. I think that's what it is. I think she's a little too self-aware. So it's just sort of like watching the Kardashians. And I'm sure she's tired of people associating her with the Kardashians, but just saying. Damn, K Baby says Vietnam must love Scottie Pippen. Oh, God. Thank you, Janice. Janice says, I love watching your videos. Thanks for keeping us all updated. You're welcome. And I couldn't wait to get back into the house so I can report on that Kanye story. Again, if you missed it, speaking of Kanye, he's going to be mentioned next week on the Real Housewives of Miami about his schlong from Adriana. And I love how Larsa's like, would you not talk about my friends? Last I checked, y'all weren't friends. And last I checked, you were telling Kim Kardashian not to be with Kanye. That was the last I checked. I don't even consider them friends anymore. And Tony says, Larsa's boring and stiff. I think that's what it is. Natalie says, I liked Larsa until she went after Nicole. I don't know if I liked her or not. Even then, she's just sort of there. But Larsa's so upset that Julia might ruin her event. Adriana's running around trying to find an IV. She calls 911. At one point, Alexia says, I call 911 for everything. Alexia, shame on you. You're not supposed to call 911 for everything. She said they probably even know me by name. Know me by name? Alexia, you only call 911 for emergencies, but in Alexia's mind, everything is an emergency. In Alexia's mind, the fact that she lost this wedding venue was like the worst thing in the world. And when you have friends like Marysol co-signing it, oh my gosh, she's going through so much. She lost her wedding venue. She's getting married for the third time. When she mentioned Frankie, that was the only one I was like, okay, I will give her Frankie. But the wedding venue, the wedding, getting married for a third time, cry me a river. Cry me a river. Larsa was boring season 1. That's probably why I barely remember her. And that's the great thing about, and that's what Bravo's hoping that we will do with Roni, that with time we will forget and that you can bring that person back. That's what they think is going to happen with Ramona. Not quite. Dr. Payne. She says elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough. Alexia with the BS. It's me. Says Alexia came off as entitled for calling 911 for everything. I hope she's exaggerating. I really don't think she's exaggerating. I really don't think there wasn't even like a little smirk on her face. She's like, I call 911 for everything. They probably know me by name. It's such a waste of time. That's why they created 311, people. But everything in Alexia's mind is an emergency. I still love Alexia. Alexia really has carried this season on her back. She didn't carry this trip on her back, but she carried the season on her back. But Alexia, stop calling 911 for everything. Oh, okay. So while everyone's running around trying to get Julia help, they eventually decide to call 911. They come in. Apparently, 911 EMTs come with an IV bag. I don't know. Thankfully, I don't. And maybe it's not all of them do that. Who knows? Or maybe they do it when you call and like, oh, we need you to come with an IV bag. Just I don't know how it works, but here we are. Adriana was very worried about the love of her life. Adriana even had to call Martina to let Martina know because Julia usually calls her every day in the morning to let her know everything's good. Adriana had to call, being, the third in their marriage. That's such a weird, I don't know if they're just doing this for a storyline. It's just weird. And it's not weird because it's two women. It's just weird because they're weird. It's weird. Anyways, guys, if you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Miami. Normally we do this at 12:30, but as you know, life, things happen. So some of you might be missing this and watching the replay. Hey, let me know your thoughts and how you would rate the latest episode 9 of the Real Housewives of Miami from 1 to 10. 1 being Larsa can go. 10 being Julia was drunk. drunk. She's probably still drunk. Okay, all right. Someone's got an IV in the ambulance before. I mean, when I think about all the shows that I've seen, I've always seen people getting IVs in an ambulance, but maybe it's not a consistent thing. But Dr. Nicole, the anesthesiologist, didn't know that. Yes, Data. Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook, guys. We're live on TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We will be recapping And Just Like That later today at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, my exclusive interview with Crystal Kimbrough from Ladies Who List will be here. So be sure to check that out. All of the links are available on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Oh my God, these ratings. A 6. Larsa can go. 3, 5, 7.5. That's not bad. That's not bad. A 7, a 5, a 6.5. Not bad. Radia says, but did we miss Julia saying she was not drunk? No, we didn't miss that, because once Julia rose from the dead, she basically was like, I know you probably thought it was alcohol poisoning, but it wasn't. What was it, Julia? What exactly was it? Nia, what's going on, Nia? Thank you so much for the super chat. Hope all is well with you. She said, finally caught it live. Larsa is so with me. Yeah, I'm like, thank you for the super chat, Nia. I don't know. Like, I want to like Nia. Not Nia. Sorry, Nia. I want to like Larsa, but it's like, before the season started, I said, I want to see her on the show. I want to see her come back. Now that she's come back, I'm like, All right, the ratings aren't bad though. You guys are feeling like it's a solid show. I love Kiki. They might just bring Kiki back as a friend of next season, because they might as well. I mean, she didn't really give anything to a storyline, but she was in every scene, and every once in a while would make me laugh. Yeah. Radia says, what was it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Julia didn't want Martina to think that she got drunk on the show. Maybe that was one of their things and agreements, and that's what she did. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. But as Alexia said, she has friends very much like her that will deny being drunk. Just saying. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for the super chat. 2 ratings. Larsa can go. She's too little and too much at the same time. That is actually a really great description of Larsa. That's a really great description of Larsa. Yeah, Christina says, and I barely saw Julia eat. It probably was a combination of all of that. But look, she's pretty lightweight. She might be a lightweight. She's a lightweight. She was having that multiple shots throughout the day and wine, mixing. At least I even know not to mix all the different things. She was mixing that. She was drinking all day. And she had pickles. Okay. Dr. Payne is right. Look, and pickles. How do you forget that? How do you forget that? I don't even like pickles. So I can only imagine the mixing of pickles and alcohol. I don't get it. Data says, it seems like Larsa is on a finding herself journey. That's probably why she comes off lost, because we're not seeing all of it. Maybe. I don't know. Do you think Larsa should come back as a friend of? I'm actually surprised that Larsa even came back as a full-time housewife, because based off of the season so far, okay, we're talking about her divorce. That really wasn't anything. Okay, Matt is giving us the protocol. There we go. Wine before booze, you lose. Oh, goodness. Guys, as always, if you're just joining us, we are recapping the Real Housewives of Miami's latest episode. You can watch the Real Housewives of Miami exclusively on the Peacock streaming app. They just made available, or they will be making available, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Rumor on the street, we won't be getting the second season of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which is happening at Dorinda's home, until June. That's a little too long for me. Because when is this season end for Miami? We have probably 5 more episodes, then at least a one or 2 part reunion. Is that June? No, that's like May. I need them to get. What are we going to do in between on Peacock? Like, I know we have plenty of things to do on Bravo, but what are we going to do on Peacock? I hope that is just a rumor. I need something right after Miami's done. And it has to be the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. But the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 1 is going to be available on Bravo. So I think Miami's is going to go to Bravo at some point this year. So yeah. Hey, Life with the Soul Sister. Welcome to the party. Oh, it's Friday. Yes, Jim Fox is in June. That was the rumor on the street, y'all. I know I don't get to report on everything Housewives, because that's because I'm giving you a mix of everything in pop culture here. So that's why it's good to attend our live recaps, because I drop stuff that I don't talk about anywhere else. Just saying. Just in case I just don't have the time to cover everything. Oh, exactly. Susie says, too long of a wait if they want us to keep subscribing to Peacock. Such a good point. I'm going to stay subscribed, because I think I'm going to do like a marathon of some of the like OC stuff that I haven't seen. Because as you know, we did a recap of the Real Housewives of Orange County yesterday. If you missed it, be sure to check that out on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel or on Facebook as well. It's available. So I feel like I need to do a deep dive, especially when it comes to Tamra Judge. I need to do a deep dive. Hey, Zoe. Thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says, I am Julia. I don't get drunk or pass out. I just get hyper and suffer temporary amnesia. Adriana must come to South Africa. She will die waiting. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Anyways, I've already digressed a lot. First of all, y'all know how much I love my Lisa. But Lisa, I don't love lateness. Lisa was so late for Larsa's event. Shout out to Guerdy, though. Guerdy, we know, she Guerdifies things. Event planning is her thing. So the fact that she jumps in and helps plan Larsa's situation on the last minute, I just love seeing her get that boss out there. I was like, yes, come on, Guerdy. Come on. Let me see you do that thing. So I love seeing that. And then at the event, Lisa and Adriana get into it because of shade. First of all, Lisa was late. But here's the thing. Adriana was sitting down, not concerned. She's like, oh, I wanted a shady spot. And I was here an hour early to get a shady spot. That man brought that umbrella over after Lisa got there. You were already sitting down. So I don't understand your point. And then getting upset. I think you were just upset you didn't think of the umbrella first. I think that's what it is, Adriana. I think that's exactly what it is. Um, so those ladies have their back and forth, but they quickly get over it. Very much like how we love our housewives, get into a real all-out fight, call each other out each other's name, and then in the next minute, I love you. All right. Is that what we're doing? What's going on, Storm? Storm says, loved seeing Guerdy fix things up right 100. The flower touches were very pretty. She really is good at what she does. And next week, we're going to see her Hope for Harry. No, it's not. That was the charity thing we did. But her fundraiser for Haiti. So we're going to get a whole runway show. I love it. Patrice says, I love Guerdy getting into her element, right? I was like, wow, come on, Guerdy. Like, I could do a whole show just watching Guerdy playing stuff. Why didn't Guerdy get something like a spinoff or something where she just does that stuff? Just saying. And Guerdy, John Mayer and your husband kind of favor each other. I know they don't look exactly the same, but they kind of come from the same tribe. Look. Right? When she said that she wasn't into John Mayer, I was like, I mean, I think your husband's more attractive, but if I was to squint my eyes, have a pickle and a shot, John Mayer. Yes, Guerdy's fundraiser looks so fly. Oh, I would love to see that. Like, come on, let's get her own show on one of those shows that does that stuff. I mean, Peacock can do it. I think first of all, Guerdy is very funny. Her confessionals are very funny. Does she have much drama or storyline at home? No, but the show wouldn't be about that. Maybe a touch here or there. It would be about her party planning for her famous friends. I would love to see that. Hey, Matt, thank you so much for the super chat. Duty calls. Thanks, Kempire team. And we'll catch y'all again soon. Peace out. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you, Matt. Okay, let me take another sip of my cassava shake. Exactly, Data. That's exactly why Julia was sick. Data says a pickle and a shot sounds like you be in that bathroom for a while. I think that's what that was happening to Julia. Well, Julia, the EMTs, they came for her, and they didn't come for her. They gave her an IV, so she was resting nicely in the bed. In the bed, they have Larsa's event with the all white look, all white influencers. Really, Larsa? Really? You couldn't find one? And then when she posted it up, oh, it was very successful. And then she posted up all the photos of the influencers. It was all of her friends, all the ladies. I was like, okay. All right. The jewelry does look nice, though. Based on what we could see, the jewelry does look nice. I didn't realize it's a high-end brand, because based off of what we were hearing in regards to prices, I was like, oh, so it's not like a costume jewelry. It's like jewelry. Okay. And it looks like she has some jewelry for men as well. I'm here for it. I still have not taken the energy to go to the website and check it out. Some of you were asking me in my TikTok chat yesterday if because we were watching it live together, where can you buy it? I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Thank you so much. Shout out to my moderators, guys. Don't forget to show love to our moderators, and shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com and join our texting community. That way you don't miss out when we go live on multiple platforms. Head on over to TextKempire.com or text me at 347-647-2372. Don't forget, data rates and message rates will apply or may apply. Thank you so much, Callie, for the super chat. What is with Adriana's horrible looks this season? And she looks like she looks just unkept. So much better before. We have said that like every single week. I was just trying to lay off this week. I was just trying to lay off this because I was like, it's just, I don't know what it is. I was seeing old pictures of Adriana from past years, and I was just like, she looks so much better. And look, I'm okay if you want to age gracefully. I'm okay if you want to get your lips and do what Lisa or what Larsa has done. Whatever. But there's no reason for the greasiness. Look, there's no reason for the greasiness. Because I don't feel like it's flattering. Some people, when you give them that dewy look, it kind of looks good on them. The dewy look doesn't look good on her. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. So Nicole and Marysol sit down for a conversation because Dr. Nicole wants to get to the bottom of why Marysol decided to bring up these rumors that she was talking about Larsa and Lisa. And she wants to know her intentions. And Marysol's like, well, I hear things. I know a lot of people. These are my friends of 10 years. And if Nicole feels as if Marysol's just doing this out of malice. And she's like, why would you bring that up? And who told you that? I just thought it was interesting to pay attention to what Dr. Nicole is saying. I believe Dr. Nicole did talk about them, but she wants to know who told you. Who exactly told you so I can reach out to them? It's okay. If I knew of Larsa and Lisa too, I might talk about them too. But if I got to know them and being in front of them, it literally would be the same thing. I'm talking about Larsa and Lisa on my show. And then all of a sudden, what if we end up working on something together, or I meet them and we become friendly? Marysol can say, well, you were talking about them all the time. Yes, I didn't know them then. Now that I know them, I know that they're not a hooker. Remember, that's what she was saying. And then last week, Marysol also added that, oh, she didn't want to be associated with you, Larsa. Marysol is desperate. I love Marysol. I'm not rooting for Marysol not to come back. I want her to come back. But it seems like, why? Why are you choosing this issue with Nicole? Did Nicole take your spot as the housewife? Maybe. That's my speculation. Because Nicole's really trying to get to the bottom of it, and Marysol's just like, I'm done. You're done? She's like, 2021 Marysol is not dealing with it anymore. Backtracking to when Dr. Nicole went into the kitchen trying to find a garbage bag for sick Julia because she was throwing up everywhere. She's like, I'm just going to take a salad bowl. And it's like, why are you taking a salad bowl? Because she can't find a garbage bag. Eventually, Marysol finds a garbage can, but she just finds any reason not to like Nicole, and then to almost try to discredit Nicole as being a doctor. Alexia at one point is trying to tell everyone what Julia needs. And she's like, I think my medical training, and I know some people were like, oh, is she another Dr. Wendy Acefo? No, she's letting you know, I went to medical school for how many years? I think I would know more than you. But then some might say she's the mother of two boys. She might know a little bit more. Just saying. Tess says, I like Nicole, but I just started watching this season, so maybe I'm missing something. But Marysol is not my favorite. She's not my favorite, but she makes me laugh. I think Marysol is necessary. Data says Marysol acts like she's got something to prove, and I think she does. It's me says Kempire. Marysol is so desperate, and it's unbecoming how nasty she's acting. Yeah, I didn't see this coming from Marysol, but here we are. What would we have if we didn't have this little tiff between her and Nicole? What would we have? Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Marysol said it like she heard it firsthand. I think Nicole said it, but not in that way. In the previous episode, Marysol and Alexia was talking about Larsa Bat, and hooker is an old generation word. According to Nicole, Dr. Nicole, she's like, that's not even part of my vocabulary. And then we were like, well, puta? Is puta part of your vocabulary? I mean, there's ways of getting around, those things. There's ways of getting around those things. Bianca says Marysol is reaching for a storyline. Uplifting Depression says love Marysol. She is needed. I agree. Foxy says Marysol's funny. I agree with all of that, but her directed hate towards Nicole is so unbecoming. It really is. Radia says, is asking the question, do you think Marysol and Alexia are real friends? I do. The way that Marysol rides for Alexia, I think partially is so she can stay on the show, but also I believe that that's a real friendship. And the way she said she's going through a lot. She's getting married for the third time. Well, the third time you'd think she'd be an expert. I'm just saying, y'all, can we talk? Can we talk? Uh-oh. Uplifting Depression says Nicole is clearly a liar. And I think that is what she is and will expose. Well, Uplifting Depression, during Marysol's confession later on, Marysol is like, you will see. It will all come out. Do you think she's waiting till the reunion to spill Nicole's tea? Ooh, Paulette. Marysol is adorable, though. She is. That's why I'm so mad. I'm so mad that she's acting this way towards Nicole. But it's necessary. It's necessary. Hey, Danny. Danny says, I like Marysol. She's probably sensing the same thing I'm sensing with Nicole. What are you sensing? How dare you just leave it at that? What are you sensing? Bianca, don't say that. So you think the fiance's cheating? No! Where did that come from? I never said that. I hope not. I actually like them as a couple. Oh my God. Zoe says, getting married for the third time, I rolled my eyes. That was Marysol's excuse for her friend. Her friend is going through it, okay? Her wedding venue fell through. She's getting married for the third time. Then she got to Frankie. Frankie should have been the first thing that came out of your mouth. K-Baby says, if she's going to spill more tea, please have receipts. Yes, come on. It can't be my friend said. At least when Nicole spilled tea, she was like, Alexia said to me that you got married for relevancy. And I believe she said it, because why would she say something like that out of nowhere? Zizi says, it's Miami. Most of everyone cheats. How dare you? Anyone from Miami, is this true? Teresa of the World, I agree. I do not like Nicole. She's a poser. Oh my God, really? Exactly. Micah's like, what are we sensing with Nicole? Am I missing something? I want to know. Me too. Me too. Patrice says, I hate tea without receipts. Something. Give me something. Oh, Lord. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap. It's a little later today, but look, rainy day here in New York City. Real Housewives of Miami is almost winding down. They already filmed the reunion. I love how Guerdy makes mention of Andy Cohen, you know, when she tells her sex story, because later on, Julia does join them for Lisa's birthday celebration. Lisa looked good. Lisa was on time. Of course, it was about her. She was on time. Julia has risen, denies that she is that she had alcohol poisoning or was hungover. It was something else. What was it? So, of course, Kiki wants to stir the pot. I think Kiki's just too young for this group. She wants to stir the pot. She wants to talk about all this different stuff. Who's your hall pass? She asked Lisa that, and Lisa poses the question, I'm missing my husband. I'm thinking of my husband. He's my fantasy. And then the question is posed to the ladies, do you think Lenny is cute? And I was like, I wish they would have shown a picture of Lenny at the time, because I was like, I can't even remember what Lenny looks like. And then we see the preview for next week, and we get to see Lenny, and I was like, I mean, if you like it, I love it, Lisa. Good for you. I'm just saying. Now, if they had said Todd, Alexia's, then I'm like, all right, no, good looking. Good looking. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for the super chat. Ha ha ha. Live in Miami and it's too small. You'll get busted cheating for sure. Oh, damn. Well, there goes that. Oh, you guys are terrible. Everyone crickets. Oh, that's the sound bite that I need. I need a crickets one. Which is the one? Oh, wait. Did it? Oh, not that one. Woke moment. Y'all know, if you're a Sex and the City fan, you know where I got that from. And stay tuned tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be doing our And Just Like That finale recap. So I know you have a lot to say. We're going to recap the season, the episode. So be sure to bring something spicy to drink and your best shoes. Okay? All right. Alicia says his pockets are cute. You know what? Okay, Jada says, am I the only one who finds Lenny handsome? I can see that. He's not ugly, but the way that she was making it seem, and then everyone was just like, and this led into conversations of other celebrities, Channing Tatum, and then the whole John Mayer conversation. And Guerdy was funny in her confessional because, first of all, her telling the story about her and her husband making love in public. They've been together for almost 30 years, her and her husband, high school sweethearts. If we could not love Guerdy and her relationship more, I love when she called him and she's telling him about Julia being sick, and all of a sudden it's just dead silence. He is the quiet, silent, strong type. There we go. Deborah wants you to know, Data, you're the only one. Mocha says Data's strong. Guerdy then starts Googling because Larsa says, she wanted to be with an actor. She fantasized by an actor. She was with one. She wanted to be with an athlete. She fantasized about that. She was with one. And they were like, who was the actor? She gave the initials MJ. And people were like, MJ, Michael Jackson, Kiki. Then Marysol was like, Michael Jordan, the basketball player. And then our girl Guerdy was Google schmoogling. And she was like, Michael B. Jordan E. And I believe it. I believe that that's the man because seems like her type, young, wouldn't surprise me. And Michael B. Jordan, I could see him going there too. Michael says, we think Michael B. Jordan better not be. We shall see. She said that she's not going to reveal. She also said it wasn't what she thought it was going to be. So that was shady. She shaded him. But I believe it too. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for the super chat. Dr. Payne says, I knew a girl over 10 years ago who allegedly slept with Dr. Lenny. She said he was a rabbit and it was quickly over. So that's not cute. How do we move on from this? I knew a girl over 10 years ago who allegedly slept with Dr. Lenny. She said that he was a rabbit and it was quickly over. So that's not cute. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, yes. Dr. Payne says years ago. We're not saying that this happened during the marriage. They've been together, what, 16 years? Okay. Oh, there are rabbits out there. I don't know why people think that's. Anyways, it's too early for that, but it is Friday. Guys, don't forget, we will be live again at 8 p.m. Eastern for our And Just Like That recap. And then right after that at 10 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing an interview with Ladies Who List Atlanta star Crystal Kimbrough. Look, I had my thoughts. Sheila says, watch it, Kempire. What? What I do? What I say? What I do? Yes, Fox. Woo, guys, if you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. We have almost 300 people in the room. If you're watching the replay of this, I always love to hear what you guys have to say and how you would rate the episode. Are you feeling Miami? Are you excited about Miami? Who said Kate? Thank you so much for the super chat. Who said Kate says, hey, Kempire, thanks for making me smile and creating a great community. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you supporting the community. And speaking of supporting the community, guys, for Black History Month, we are raising money for the Sentencing Project. Be sure to check out those details on some of our previous videos that we've done. That way you're able to find the link. And after this live, you'll be able to do it for the replay crew, be able to donate there. We're trying to raise $1,500 for the Sentencing Project in honor of Black History Month. And we've already raised, I believe, almost $500. So let's get to our goal. You know, February is the shortest month of the year. So thank you. oh, Acme, you had to be here. You had to be here. Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. Zoe says, I thought she was going to say he's a starfish. He looks like he looks like a 30-second starfish. Oh. I mean, look, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. I don't know. It looks like next week we're going to be talking more about Larsa. As you know, we still haven't had that infamous scene where Adriana talks about how Larsa is trying to keep up with the Kardashians and look like one of them. But next week, Adriana is talking about Kanye West's and how large and thick it is. Adriana always does things that I think she's just doing to get attention. I think she's leaning into being that type of character on this iteration of the Real Housewives of Miami. Sometimes I find it funny, and then sometimes I'm just like, it becomes annoying and obnoxious. Just saying. Sister on the Move says Adriana was out of bounds. Isn't she always? It will be interesting. We get to see Guerdy's charity event. We get to see that fight between Larsa and Adriana. We shall see. I'm guessing we're not going to see Alexia get married on the show, but I'm sure we're going to see more planning for the wedding that's causing all kinds of stress for her. All kinds of stress for her. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Zoe says a starfish is slow, but finished. Oh, Lord. Melissa says she knows that how she's doing too much. Exactly. Adriana is she's seeking attention. She knows that she's being filmed. It's becoming a little too much. It's becoming a little too much. I think because she did not come back as a housewife, because trust and believe, they didn't just sign up to be a friend of. They wanted to be a full-time housewife. I think that's why Adriana and Marysol are acting the way that they're acting, but we appreciate it. We appreciate what they're bringing to the show this season. It's a mess, but they need to kind of, I'm feeling like it's getting towards the end of the season, but I'm getting a little bored. Last week was a little boring. This week was a little bit better. Maybe it's the Hamptons. Maybe we need to get out of the Hamptons and back in sunny Miami by the water. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Yes, she loves the center of attention. I agree. Larsa's is boring. In my opinion. I agree. Guys, where are we with the likes? Let's get to 150 likes before I end this live. Don't forget, every single Friday afternoon, we do our Real Housewives of Miami recap. But don't forget to join our texting community. That way you don't miss it if we change the time, if we're going to do it earlier, later, whatever it may be, or if we have anything coming up. Or if you want to drop me exclusive tea as well, head on over to TheKempire.com. And if you'd like to become a member of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, be sure to head on over to TeamKempire.com. And another way that you can support the channel, get your coldest water bottle. Comes in multiple sizes, multiple colors, and they don't just have water bottles on their website. Head on over to coldest.com and don't forget to use the discount code KEMP10. Again, KEMP10. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the live chat. And of course, everyone show love to our mods. Thank you, mods. And I will see you guys at 8 p.m. Eastern on time. And be sure to check out everything else that you missed in regards to pre-recorded videos as well here on the channel. I will see you guys later. Let's get out of here with some good music. What can we play? What can we play? Oh. Don't forget to like the video, guys. I will see you guys later.